Auburn's top 10 NFL sprint, Stephen Davis leads the lineup. Auburn has produced 8 players who have combined to post 21,1,000 yard rushing seasons in the NFL. But in the 2021 season, the 4 Auburn alumni who carried the football combined for 468 yards and 7 touchdowns on 109 rushing attempts. More NFL. Meet the 2021 NFL All-State team for Alabama. Alabama roots, who was the best NFL player of 2021. Alabama alumni extend NFL touchdown streak with record season. Quarterback Cam Newton stayed at 5th on Auburn's all-time NFL rushing list with 230 yards and 5 touchdowns on 47 carries in playing the second half of the 2021 season with the Carolina Panthers. Running back Peyton Barber ran for 212 yards and 2 touchdowns on 55 carries this season. Barber moved past Ben Tate into 11th place on Auburn's NFL rushing list. He trails number 10 Bo Jackson by 325 rushing yards. Barber didn't get many opportunities with the Raiders, but he did run for 111 yards in the only game in which he played more than 30% of the offensive snaps. The other 2 Auburn alumni to record rushing attempts in the 2021 NFL season were wide receivers. Cleveland Browns rookie Anthony Schwartz ran for 39 yards on 6 carries, and Darius Slayton netted -13 yards on his only carry for the New York Giants. The top 10 NFL ball carriers among Auburn alumni. Stephen Davis, 8,052 rushing yards. Washington Redskins 1996-2002, Carolina Panthers 2003-05, St. Louis Rams 2006. Davis averaged 4.1 yards on 1,945 carries and scored 65 rushing touchdowns during his NFL career. Davis ran for 6,419 of his yards in a 5-season span from 1999 through 2003, with a high of 1,444 yards in 2003. James Brooks, 7,962 rushing yards. San Diego Chargers 1981-83, Cincinnati Bengals 1984-91, Cleveland Browns 1991, Tampa Bay Buccaneers 1991. Brooks averaged 4.7 yards on 1,685 carries and scored 49 rushing touchdowns during his NFL career. Brooks led the NFL in kickoff return yards in 1982, caught 30 career TD passes and led the NFL in all-purpose yards twice. His top rushing season featured 1,239 yards in 1989. William Andrews, 5,986 rushing yards. Atlanta Falcons 1979-83, 1986. Andrews averaged 4.6 yards on 1,315 carries and scored 30 rushing touchdowns during his NFL career. Andrews ran for 1,000 yards in 4 of his first 5 seasons, with a strike-shortened 1982 campaign the only exception. Andrews made it back from a knee injury after missing 2 full seasons, playing as a tight end and running back in his final campaign. His top season featured 1,567 rushing yards in 1983. Rudy Johnson, 5,979 rushing yards. Cincinnati Bengals 2001-07, Detroit Lions 2008. Johnson averaged 3.9 yards on 1,517 carries and ran for 49 touchdowns during his NFL career. After 2 NFL seasons, Johnson had 67 rushing yards, but he ran for 5,178 in the next 4 years with a high of 1,458 in 2005. Cam Newton, 5,628 rushing yards. Carolina Panthers 2011-19, 2021 New England Patriots 2020. The number 1 choice in the 2011 NFL Draft has averaged 5.0 yards on 1,118 carries and scored 75 rushing touchdowns during his NFL career. His TD total is the most for a quarterback in NFL history. Newton's top single-season rushing total came in 2017, when he had 754 yards. Ronnie Brown, 5,391 rushing yards. Miami Dolphins 2005-10, Philadelphia Eagles 2011, San Diego Chargers 2012-14, Houston Texans 2014. Brown averaged 4.2 yards on 1,281 carries and scored 38 rushing touchdowns during his NFL career. His top season came in 2006, when Brown ran for 1,008 yards. Joe Cribbs, 5,356 rushing yards. Buffalo Bills 1980-83, 1985, San Francisco 49ers 1986-87, Miami Dolphins 1988, Indianapolis Colts 1988, the former Sulligent High School standout averaged 4.1 yards on 1,309 carries and scored 27 rushing touchdowns during his NFL career. Cribbs likely would be at least number 3 on the list if not for his 2 seasons playing in the USFL for the Birmingham Stallions. Cribbs ran for at least 1,097 yards in 3 of his first 4 seasons with the NFL's Bills, with the strike-shortened 1982 campaign the exception. Cribbs came home to play for the Birmingham franchise in the USFL in 1984. After 2 seasons, the USFL folded. Cribbs returned to the NFL, but in 4 more seasons, he added only 1,310 yards to his rushing total. During his 2 seasons in the USFL, Cribbs ran for 2,514 yards and led the league in rushing in 1984. Brandon Jacobs, 5,094 rushing yards. New York Giants 2005-11, 2013, San Francisco 49ers 2012. Jacobs averaged 4.5 yards on 1,141 carries and scored 60 rushing touchdowns during his NFL career. Jacobs played for 2 Super Bowl winners with the Giants. His top single-season total was 1,089 rushing yards in 2008. Carnell Cadillac Williams, 4,038 rushing yards. Tampa Bay Buccaneers 2005-10, St. Louis Rams 2011. The former Etowah High School standout averaged 3.8 yards on 1,055 carries and scored 21 rushing touchdowns during his NFL career. Williams was the NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year in 2005, when Ronnie Brown was the other running back on the All-Rookie team. Williams reached his career high that season with 1,178 rushing yards. Bo Jackson, 2,782 rushing yards. Los Angeles Raiders 1987-1990. The former McAdory High School standout and 1985 Heisman Trophy winner averaged 5.4 yards on 515 carries and scored 16 rushing touchdowns during his NFL career. Jackson's NFL career got off to a delayed start because of baseball and came to an early end because of a hip injury. His average of 73.2 rushing yards per game is the best among Auburn alumni. The 2nd, 3rd, and 7th rushers on the Tigers' NFL rushing yards list were teammates at Auburn, and so were the 6th, 8th, and 9th rushers. Brooks, Andrews, and Cribbs were together at Auburn during the 1977 and 1978 seasons. In the 2003 season, Brown, Jacobs, and Williams were teammates on the Plains. After that season, Jacobs transferred to Southern Illinois. For more of AL.com's coverage of the NFL, go to our NFL page. Mark Inabinet is a sports reporter for Alabama Media Group. Follow him on Twitter at @amark1.